If you're watching this right now, you want to pay full attention because there's one big problem with artificial intelligence and online businesses that you really need to know. And no one is talking about this. My name is Flo. My partner's here is Jay, and we're going to be talking about everything that we've done over the past 15 to 20 years to dominate online businesses and how you can do it too with the help of artificial intelligence. The first problem that most people come across when they want to use artificial intelligence to grow their business is the fact that artificial intelligence is artificial. It's not always right. So we've solved that problem by actually training AI ourselves on our 100 years of combined business knowledge so you could take advantage of that to grow your business.
A lot of you watching may have no idea what I've been through, but I started literally living in a shed with a mattress on the floor and no money, like $105 in my bank account, and just pretty pathetic. And I ended up getting a computer back when computers just came out, when people were still saying the internet was probably just a passing fad and don't pay attention to it. This will go away. And something in my gut said, no, this is here to stay. It's not a fad. And a little luck, a little God in there maybe, but I ended up in my first 3 months made about $17,000. Not saying you're going to do that, but just my story. I ended up doing, for a beginner, doing pretty well, little beginner's luck there. And now, fast forward to where we are now, we've got all this AI and you're hearing all about it. And it's just, a lot of people don't know, what do we do with this? Where do you start? How do you unpack AI? And that's what Flo is an expert on. And he's going to show you some secrets in a second here.
Yeah, so basically what happened and what I learned from Jay, he didn't tell you when this was, but this was right after the dot-com bubble happened in the early 2000s. He'd already almost made his first $1 million or probably more. And he taught me a technique of licensing digital products. And I've used that technique for years to help other people start their own businesses, start my own software business, and partner with others as well. Now that we have artificial intelligence, we're able to put that into overdrive. And now, instead of just trying to make your own products with artificial intelligence, you may not know what the next hottest product is going to be. But since we've been in business for over 20 years in the online space, we know what the next trend is before it happens usually, because we're always researching. Since we know that, and we have over 20 years of experience, what we've decided to do is take that knowledge, use artificial intelligence to allow us to basically blanket the internet with our knowledge and wisdom and allow us to make more money by promoting products as an affiliate and create new digital products in weeks, in less than a week, instead of taking 6 months like it used to take us. But now that's where you come in. Now that we're looking for new partners to actually start promoting these types of products with us, the benefit that you're going to gain is now you're not going to have to lift a finger to think about what types of content to create. You're not going to have to masquerade all over the internet. You're not going to have to post on social media with your kids. We're going to create unique content, add in our knowledge that you can use to promote digital products that no one else has seen before, because we will be creating the products on demand, just like Jay did with his first few products, right, Jay?
Yeah, exactly. And back then, we're talking about when I lived in the little shed on the side of my parents' house, it would take me sometimes months to create something. And I'd just sit there with literally pen and paper or notepad on the computer. And it was really an arduous, painstaking process. And my eyes would be all bloodshot when I was done. And I would question whether I'm doing the project right, as I'm hitting all the things I need to do, whether this is even going to make money, if it's going to be successful, all this self-doubt. The reality is most of the stuff always made a lot of money, surprised me. But now, thanks to what you've been studying and really mastering AI in the way that you have, and I'm so excited to be here in this time of where we are right now in technology, to where you don't, if you're a newbie or you're beginner and you haven't made a bunch of money, you don't have to worry about all the stuff. I'm honestly jealous of all the new people watching, because I had to go through and you had to go through, the kind of boot camp of pain, and we went through a lot of pain, and you're never probably going to have to even deal with it. It blows my mind if I could just fast forward from 30 years ago and be right here in this moment and just skip all that pain. Of course, I wouldn't be who I am and you wouldn't be who you are, Flo, but it just seems like really awesome where you are right now. And you have a lot to be excited about because this can do the heavy lifting for you. And fortunately, Flo here has done the homework, because that's, even with me, I'm excited about this, but I sometimes go, how do I make AI do the work for me? How do I do the smartest? How do I approach this from the smartest standpoint to where it's going to be the most efficient? I'm going to make the most money, and I'm not going to have to watch a whole bunch of other guys go flying by me on the side, beating me at this little tech race, which I look at it as. You're up in the lead with the master, the Zen master, Flo here. And yeah, so it's really exciting that he's done the legwork, the groundwork, and knows all the tools, all the special apps and services that plug into this whole thing to make this work.
Yeah,
for
so
you.
the first secret that you're going to have at your disposal, number one, if you read our audiobook or book, you're going to discover how this works, and you could go implement it on your own, but you have to have top tier products. And with digital products, whether it's information or software or something you ship to someone, if it has great knowledge behind it, the people that created it have great experience, it's usually going to be a great product. So instead of you having to go out and create your own brand where you don't have any brand recognition or you don't have any experience, why not use our experience? And we were trying to figure out what is the easiest way to do that until this whole AI revolution occurred. Now, in services like Descript, Riverside, InVideo AI, there's other ones called Pictory. There's so many different tools out there, and we're going to be creating new tools so we can continue to harness this. You're going to be able to get exposure all over the internet on the top social media sites like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, even building your own email list with all of this content. So why is having top tier content important? It's important because we live in the social media age as well. It's the AI age, but it's also the social media age. But if you go on any social media site, most of the content people are sharing is not their content. And guess what? They're not getting paid for it. They're just sharing it because they saw a funny cat video. Or my mom, she's always sharing real estate advice videos with me that someone else made, but she makes no money. But imagine now sharing videos on social media that we made, our whole content team of experts with over 100 years of combined business experience made, sharing it on social media and having the links in your profile go to your own product that you license from us. So in that case, you would have the content figured out. You wouldn't have to figure out what to share. You'd have the products figured out. You wouldn't have to figure out what products to promote because we will be creating those products on demand, just like Jay did years ago with his first few products, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I had to do all sorts of thinking constantly. It was like, that's the only downside I would say to being an entrepreneur. When people ask me, what do you like least from the past? I'd say just the amount of thinking that I felt 30 years ago. I felt like I never got to have a break. And it's almost like I became a little envious of people with a day job at times, because I'm like, wow, you just do your job and you don't have to think constantly. And now that you can have your cake and eat it, as they say, because this, like, having all the ideas given to you and being literally spoon fed is what this is going to do for you. You're just given exactly what you need when you need it, and that's really the power here, if that's the way I see it anyway.
Yeah, and there's a lot of power in that. And then the second superpower you're going to have that I learned a long time ago as well is you want to solve the cash flow problem when it comes to online businesses and affiliate marketing. What happens a lot is people will find products they want to promote, or they'll join a business and then they'll say, oh, I want to promote these fragrances or these beauty products. And the turnaround time from someone buying something from you to you actually getting paid, sometimes it could be up to 90 days. And if you have to wait 90 days to get paid, that's just entirely too long. So we fixed that by creating lower tier audiobooks, software, and digital products that you can make 100% commission on minus the merchant fees and payment fees. So it comes out to about 92 to 95% commission, and then you get paid within 30 days. So instead of you waiting 6 weeks, 8 weeks, a month to get paid, and then you only getting a small percentage of commission, you get a lion's share of the commission on the front end. Why do we do that? Obviously, we have an ulterior motive. Our motive is to spread our knowledge and get as many customers under our umbrella for our companies like Profit MBA, eMentors, Technologies of Tomorrow as possible. But we know if we help you make more money and make it faster by having products you have a higher commission structure on, you'll be more motivated to actually make money. That's why I wanted to work with Jay years ago, over 20 years ago, is because he was offering people making 100% commission on digital products, and many people even years later still are not doing that. Jay?
Yeah, I think that's a big problem. When you look at who you're going to work with and you're choosing who you want to partner up out there, you've probably already seen, if you haven't, that a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people that run these organizations or affiliate programs, whatever you want to call them, money-making opportunities, they get greedy and they want to give you like, here, we'll give you 10%, we'll give you 20%, whatever, or sometimes it's really small, I'll give you 5%. And I just wanted to reverse that. And I thought, because I was a nobody and I still don't feel like some big shot in any way, but I was definitely suffered low self-esteem back then. And I felt like now I've had a lot of success. So I'm pretty confident in what I'm doing and what we're talking about here. But there was that time in the beginning where I felt like a nobody. And I was like, well, the one thing I thought about is how easy it would be. Wouldn't it be easy to stand out if you just simply were ultra generous? The one thing I figured out, and Flo got to experience it because he was a recipient of it, is I said to myself, okay, what will make me popular online? Out of all these people, they're all greedy, give me work for me, but they're not thinking what are you going to get? And one of my mentors once said, always picture a Post-it note on the forehead of who you're talking to, whether it's in real person or online like this. Always picture a Post-it note on the forehead of the other person that says, what's in it for me? And so that's when I thought of, okay, let's just be ridiculous to start out. I can always get greedy later, but let's just start out ridiculously generous. And so I started out basically saying, what are some ways I can give 100% commissions or 75% commissions? Those were things I thought, and big deal. It's all free money anyway, because this is all money that I don't have unless I'm successful. So if it takes that, giving away a bunch to get people pumping my products and making a brand successful, perfect. And that's exactly what happened. By being so generous, everybody started coming over to my little organization, if you want to call it. And everyone was pumped up, very happy, very motivated. You'd be surprised how motivated people get when you give them a huge incentive, like a lot more money than most other people. And when you remove the greed out of it and they see that you're not greedy and you prove to people that you're not greedy, they get excited. And then they feel in their heart, I'm working with the right person because I see this person is not greedy. And as we live in a world with a lot of greedy people, so you stand out immensely when you prove to them you're not one of those greedy people. And that's hopefully what you're going to see from us here today.
Exactly. And being greedy is something that ruins a lot of relationships. That's why Jay and I have been friends for almost 20 years now, because he shared so effortlessly. It seemed effortless, where other people on the internet hid behind their website. You couldn't even contact them. If you emailed them, they didn't reply. If you called them, if you text them, there was no way to get a hold of them. So that's another thing that we're going to do differently. And we've been doing that for years as well. But the most important secret of all is the marketing. And like I stated earlier a little bit as a tidbit, is that if you can get leads and you can get them consistently, you'll always have sales coming in. So we know the prerequisite to leads is you have to have a way of getting attention. You have to have a way of getting exposure. So what we've done with AI is we created a production machine where just over the past 3 to 4 months alone, we've created over 60 hours of content that we're going to let our partners use to share as free content. What does that do? That lets more people know who we are, but at the same time, it gives you content that you can trust, that you could use online, that's good content, share with the masses. And then when people say, I wonder how I could find out more about their products, they click in your profile where your partner or affiliate or product link is, and you make the sale. You could even promote your own product, or you could promote someone else's product. We're just trying to be as generous as possible, but it's only possible because of artificial intelligence. We've done this before, but we've charged tens of thousands of dollars to do it, or just to spend one day with us to create content would be $5,000. But in this case, because of the power of AI, we're able to do it faster, and we're able to give our partners access. But even for people that buy our audiobook or our ebook or our courses below, you'll learn how to do it for yourself as well. So you can apply it to your business, whether you have a service business, whether you have a digital business, or you're just thinking about getting started. We really appreciate you watching this video. If you're watching this now, the prerequisite, I keep using that word, but it's important, to being in our partner program or working with us is making sure you grab a copy of one of our books, audiobooks, or courses below. Then reach out to us and let us know which program you're interested in, and we will reach back out to you as soon as possible. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Jay?
No, just that, again, to reiterate, it's such an exciting time. You should, if you're not already, you seriously got to get excited, because if you've ever come from a world too of dealing with, we didn't even talk about this, but dealing with physical, tangible products, and I've done that too, shipping. A lot of people talk about drop shipping, and you could do that too. Flow here has really mastered that as well. But to me, what really gets me excited is not drop shipping and that kind of thing near as much as what AI can do right now for digital marketing. Having a digital product is just, it's something that sometimes it's hard to, I remember, just like when you were a kid and you remember how excited you got at Christmas time when you were a little kid. Mm-hmm. That is how I was when I first discovered that, like, it wasn't even a thing until the internet came out, digital products. A lot of people don't even remember that this is all a huge blessing, to be able to deal with digital products that you don't have to ship, and you don't have to go down to the post office, and you don't have to weigh them, you don't have to inventory them. It's just like the first time I had major success 30 years ago, like, I literally would get paid about $600 every time I would send somebody an email. So someone would place an order, and all I had to do was copy and paste an email that had all the content, all the links, and everything they needed. I would email it to them, and that was like done. Got to wipe my hands and be like, wow, just made $600. And I wasn't ripping people off. I was delivering amazing content, got great testimonials of people really excited and they wanted to be a part of it. And that was so primitive back then, sending an email. The stuff we're doing now, and the stuff that you're going to learn from Flow here, that this is going to blow your mind when you get on the inside of this and actually see how far things have come from where we both began, and that we've had this whole long journey, both been pioneers of something. You got a lot of new people online making a lot of noise about everything on social media, but a lot of them don't have that experience of coming from the old days of direct mail and physical products to where we've seen the whole evolution and know the old and the new, and how to do a hybrid sometimes and make the perfect marketing system for you.
Perfect. And as a bonus, when you buy any of our courses or audiobooks or software, we're going to give you a bonus audio where we show you how to use AI to harness physical products and actually repackage some of the digital products as physical products, because no one else is doing that right now. So we'll show you how to create things like courses, books, journals from AI, and then actually ship them out as physical products where you're getting a 90% margin and it only costs you $10 to create the product.
Yeah, and this a lot of the genius is having, we were just talking about a couple days ago how fishermen, they call them anglers because you get a certain angle on how to do something. And I always think about that is that's what we do as marketers and entrepreneurs. We get a certain angle, much like a fisherman gets good at catching fish because they get a certain angle. That's why they call them anglers. And we've got very unique angles, and the AI is going to help you see some of these angles, some things you didn't see before, going to remove the mystery and pull back the curtain and show you things, a perspective, a different perspective on everything that will make you have that aha moment where you go, ah, yeah, now I understand how AI is going to pave my future, is going to potentially pay for my kids' college or pay for my house that I want or my retirement in the future, or my dream house, all these things, the coolest cars. This AI is going to show you, and you'll see within our system how it is paved for you, and it's going to become very clear.
See you on the inside. Thanks you for watching, and we look forward to working with you.